The modern cosmetics industry faces a persistent chemical paradox. Consumers demand cleansers with rich, luxurious foam and deep cleaning power, but human biology requires formulations that preserve the delicate lipid barrier of the skin. Legacy sulfate surfactants aggressively strip these essential natural oils. Their low molecular weight monomers penetrate the stratum corneum, actively inflaming the cellular structure and causing chronic irritation. Formulators attempting to pivot to standard green alternatives often hit immediate roadblocks. These replacements notoriously suffer from severe instability in hard water and produce a disappointing flat lather. The mass market consumer refuses to accept this compromise. They expect the sensory performance of traditional synthetics paired with the safety profile of botanical extracts. Bridging this gap requires leaving traditional surfactant architectures entirely behind. R&D must move toward advanced green engineering. The technological answer to this specific problem is run-milled COP1, or potassium coke oil hydrolyzed oat protein. Through the exclusive distributor ChemSource, ChemSot, brands now have direct access to this advanced raw material. It allows formulators to secure the most sought-after macro claims on a modern label. It is strictly sulfate-free, is silicone oil-free, and completely preservative-free. Advanced green technique synthesis achieves these results through molecular engineering, going beyond the simple removal of standard ingredients. This molecule facilitates a transition away from compromised green alternatives toward a new standard of clean beauty performance. The engineering of this molecule begins with its botanical origin. The oat proteins used are sourced directly from cold climate regions like the Inner Mongolian Plateau. These crops yield an exceptionally high protein content of up to 19.9% and carry the exact essential amino acids required for maintaining human skin health. To extract these proteins, the manufacturing process rejects traditional destructive alkaline methods. Instead, it relies on precise enzymatic extraction. This enzymatic pathway is crucial. It protects the delicate activity of the polypeptides while eliminating the toxic wastewater associated with conventional processing. Following extraction, a chemical fusion step occurs. The isolated oat peptides are bonded directly with coconut oil fatty acids in a controlled condensation reaction. The result is a highly stable, functionalized biopolymer that operates as a premium surfactant. Because it is built on this unique enzymatic architecture, it consistently outperforms standard amino acid surfactants in both structural stability and overall mildness. We can verify this mildness by moving from theoretical chemistry to empirical in vitro testing, beginning with the Zane solubility test. This assay provides a clear benchmark. The more a surfactant dissolves Zane protein, the more likely it is to denature skin proteins and cause irritation. This chart visualizes Zane test results. Run-mild COP1 registers the lowest solubility value, in the 0.00 to 0.05 range. The massive gap between run-mild and its closest competitor proves this oat-derived surfactant sits at the absolute bottom of the irritation scale. We see similar validation in a second metric, the red blood cell or RBC hemolysis test. The RBC test directly measures the cellular membrane disruption caused by varying concentrations of a surfactant. Even at high concentrations, run-mild COP1 demonstrates vastly superior mildness, leaving cell structures intact when compared to the heavy disruption caused by standard SDS. Together, these dual data points objectively prove that this ingredient is significantly milder than the most common green alternatives currently on the market. This mildness extends beyond its use as a primary surfactant. It offers synergistic anti-irritation for formulators unable to completely eliminate synthetics from legacy formulas. In a specific laboratory setting, researchers combined run-mild COP1 with SDS, a notoriously irritant irritant. Looking at this data visualization, we see the baseline irritation level of a 0.3% SDS solution. When 1.5% run-mild COP1 is added to that exact same solution, the irritation score drops by a massive 98%. This happens because the large, complex oat protein structure physically buffers the harsh monomers, intercepting them before they can attack the skin barrier. This property positions Run-Mild COP as a strategic corrective additive capable of upgrading legacy formulations. In R&D, there is a persistent skepticism that extreme mildness must result in weak cleansing power. Clinical data refutes this. Testing confirms that its makeup and sebum removal capabilities directly rival heavy-duty synthetic standards like SLES. Beyond basic cleansing, we have to analyze sensory performance, specifically the critical consumer metrics of foam volume and foam stability. In pure water, Run-Mild COP generates foam volume matching industry standards, but global stability requires hard water testing. Transitioning to hard water conditions, competitors experience a significant drop in foam height. Run-Mild, however, maintains its impressive volume and stability throughout the test. Additionally, under weak acid and hard water conditions, the solution retains a high degree of visual transparency. Maintaining this clarity means it resists forming turbid soap scum. This ensures the product rinses off easily without leaving residue to cause secondary irritation. Run-Mild COP successfully matches the sensory and cleansing metrics of legacy synthetics under real-world conditions without the associated biological cost. Translating these rigorous R&D metrics into commercial brand strategy opens up highly specific product categories. Physically, this raw material has exceptionally low chromaticity and an almost non-existent odor profile. This pure, neutral baseline makes it a mandatory choice for premium, no-fragrance formulations, where masking scents are simply not an option. More importantly, its data-backed mildness directly qualifies it for the most demanding and highly scrutinized category on the market: baby washing products. Meeting these exact specifications allows brands to confidently capture the most sensitive, demanding, and ultimately lucrative consumer demographics. The final formula relies on strict, verifiable claims. This ingredient is entirely ethylene oxide-free and manufactured without any added preservatives. In an era where consumers investigate every INSI list, these clean data points satisfy the market's demand for absolute chemical transparency. Furthermore, its plant-based, green organic nature serves as a foundational pillar for building forward-thinking, sustainable brands. Utilizing this material completely bridges the historical gap between high scientific efficacy and uncompromising environmental responsibility. To integrate this crucial raw material into new product pipelines, brands require a strategic supply chain partner, making ChemSource an essential asset for formulation success. Integrating Run-Mild COP provides the engineered engine required to lead the modern clean beauty market.